Liquid Riot's Old Port Oat Whiskey. Have you ever thought to yourself, let me take my oatmeal and distill it? They tried it. Well, let's know what we think.
Yep. Welcome back to Exploring Whiskey. Today, we're going to venture up to the Northeast.
The Great Northeast.
The Great Northeast. Sure.
Sure. Why not? All right. This is Liquid Riot Old Port Oat Whiskey. So this was a random pick by...
My wife was on a girl ski trip this past winter, and of all places, they ended up at a distillery.
Well, I read about it. It's a brewery distillery.
Yes.
And restaurant.
Correct.
It's like one of the very few in the country that does like all of them.
Of course, she's like, well, I'm sure you want me to bring you a bottle back. I was like, absolutely. I looked them up, and this one, since it was just 100% oat,
Yeah.
I was like, I got to get that one.
Gotta try it.
And then she brought me back, which we'll do on another episode, the 375 of just their regular bourbon.
So the Old Port
Cool
is
bottle, but it comes with a
like a beer cap.
Yeah,
I
beer
saw
cap.
that. Yeah. And then you pop that off, and then it has this attached. It also said be really careful when you're pouring this, because every once in a while the cap will flip over and hit your Glencairn, and it'll just shatter it because it's like a hard ceramic. So Old Port is a reference to Portland, Maine. That's where they're located, so it's a reference to that. And then the Liquid Riot is actually a reference to 1855, I think it was. Portland did Prohibition, or Maine, I think it was Maine, did a Prohibition in the mid-1800s.
Yep.
And the mayor of the town was suspected of possibly having quite
a stash.
So after a while, they...
Citizens subpoena.
Yes, citizens
search warrant.
Search warrant, that's it, yeah. And when they went to take a look, he had a good amount of, mostly rums is what I guess it was. So this is a nod, the name of the company is a nod back to the rum riots of 1855. Who knew there was rum riots in 1855? I did not. But to Eric's point, this is 100% oats. So they start literally with oatmeal. That's their mash, is oatmeal. And then add some brewer's yeast and ferment it, and then they do a stripping run and a spirit run and barrel it, just like bourbon or other whiskeys, I guess. I don't know. That's a little bit odd, but kind of cool to do that. And you think about like some of the like oat stouts.
Yeah,
they're delicious.
Oatmeal stout beers, yes.
Yeah, they're all really good. So you gotta try it. Yeah, totally get that.
I'm sure that their oatmeal stout's pretty delicious.
Probably. Only thing we know is 90 proof. I don't think there's an age anywhere. I don't think there's anything, as far as I can tell. And they don't really have to say straight whiskey because I don't think it's covered under the same regulations.
Because it's not.
It does. Oh, never mind. Batch 15, bottle 125. 7 years, 2 months. Wow, that's got some age on it That's
That's a lot of cold winters.
Yeah. I mean, probably not going to drive a lot of summer heat into a barrel, huh? A little sharp, little ethanol-y coming off.
Yeah.
Possibly like chocolate?
See, I've had a pour out of this already.
Yep.
Adam has as well. I got chocolate.
Yeah, definitely. I get chocolate.
It's almost like you just opened a granola bar.
There's a fruit in that too. There's like maybe a plum note.
A raisin.
Raisin note. I can totally be convinced of a raisin.
I think the palate's better than the nose.
That's grapey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, raisin. Now I'm definitely going back on it. Yeah, I totally go with the raisin on the nose with that one. Yeah, that's like there's a grape note. It's not even raisin. It's grape notes. I don't know how you get that from oatmeal. That's crazy.
I don't have any other bottles that are 100% oatmeal.
Nope.
I have that one Australian that's all barley.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a wheat one. We've had 100% wheat once before.
Yeah.
And 100% rye.
Yeah.
I don't think we reviewed 100% corns, but I know we've had 100%
Yeah.
corns.
The nose, I don't think is fantastic at all. It's
There's a little sharpness to it, and I'm not.
It's like that. Like the old revival that went out of Charleston.
So you think it's grainy a little bit?
It's got that. To me, it's got that kind of nose.
Like a artisanal.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
See, I don't get that because I don't get, to me, artisanal, or a lot of times those artisanal ones taste grainy, like hay. Maybe, but in my brain that doesn't make any sense because oats shouldn't taste grainy. Like, they're oats.
No, but I think the palate is way better than the nose.
I'm trying to think of, like, I don't think I've ever smelled, like, just took a big whiff of oatmeal without putting, like, once you put all the sugars and crap on it.
Well,
But
it's like when you're at the hotel. You lift that little
yeah,
lid.
I'm gonna have to do that the next time at a hotel.
So like that smell, it is definitely like when you get that big vat of oatmeal, because you think it just sits there. It's all freaking mushy.
Mm-hmm.
In that first bite, unless you do load
Doctored
it
it
up,
up, yeah.
with sugar, cinnamon, brown sugar, that's exactly how that kind of oatmeal tastes.
Okay. I set a really low bar. It's really what it comes down to. It's not as bad as I was expecting.
No.
It's not. I mean, it's sharp. If I
be-
didn't know it was 7 years, I would have said it was 3.
Yeah.
There's no, like, I would not
Would
have put
you
that
say it'd be better if it was a little higher proof? This is only 90.
Oh, I don't know. Like, it's already kind of sharp. I don't know if proof would help it be less sharp. There's not as much barrel note, I guess,
No.
is what I was, like, if it was in there for 7 years, I would have expected a little bit more barrel impact.
But the conditions up there, it's not like it is here. There's not huge swings.
Yeah,
where
the summer heat
where it can swell. And,
actually pushes the alcohol into the wood a little bit more. So maybe that's part of why it.
No, price wise, oh man, I want to say my wife paid $55-ish
For something that's from a region that you don't get to,
non-traditional.
and a non-traditional mash bill, yeah, I think that's worth it, just for the fun of having something different.
Yeah, well, plus 7 years. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely covering that.
yeah, I want to say it was around the $55-$60.
Not bad. All right, let's drop a little bit of water. I don't know. See what it does.
I'm gonna say it doesn't improve it. I'm not disappointed.
It's a solid mediocre, and it's going to stay mediocre.
Overall, I'm
right?
not disappointed that I bought the bottle.
No, not at all.
by
Very
any
different,
means.
and
And when people come over, I'm like, hey, have you had
ever had 100% oatmeal whiskey? I don't know why they just don't call it oatmeal whiskey. That's what I would have called it.
I mean, the nose is enhanced a little bit.
I almost start to get a caramel note. No.
No, I just get what I got before, but it's just a little stronger.
It's less, I'm getting less fruit notes and a little bit more of a, like I said, kind of a caramel note. That didn't change much at all.
Oh,
A little more sugary.
a little sweeter. I'll give you that. Yeah.
There's a little more sugar to it.
Well, it's already watered down quite a bit. I mean, I wish I could have done a whole flight from there.
Right, and seen,
'cause I think they
one of
have-
them might have been better or different.
I
Whatever.
want to say they had at the time. There's some other limited releases.
Okay.
And I
Of
don't.
different grains or finishes?
Different mash bill.
Okay.
But just, and again, I have the other bottle too, which is, if I remember correctly, is a little better.
Okay.
Just for me, just anything that comes from that area is not, I've never found it to be fantastic,
No.
except for beer.
It's like a weird, I don't know. There's a weird balance of the seasons or something between like here and Louisville. There's just this weird, it works. If you go too far south, it gets too hot and that messes things up. You go
Then
too
it
far
gets
north,
it gets too woody.
yeah, and then you go too far north, and you're not getting enough barrel impact.
Right.
Like there's like a sweet zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's not much else I can say about this one.
No, that's not a complex. It's fine. It's decent if you're up in the Portland, Maine area.
I like the last sentence. An uncommon whiskey indeed.
It is uncommon to make anything out of oats. I would agree.
Hey, I give them credit for
Give it a shot.
giving it a shot.
Especially, I mean, if you have access to a good amount of oats, then yeah, distill it. That's how distilling started.
Yeah.
People had grain left over, and they were just like, well, what am I going to do with that? Oh,
I'm gonna boil it.
I'm going to distill this. I'm going to make some alcohols.
Well, I wish I could have joined the ladies at the distillery. Maybe a guy's trip next time, just to be able to taste the whole flight from up there to kind of see what else they have that's coming out of that distillery. Again, we don't get much from the Northeast down here, and what we've had has not been
mediocre at best.
Yeah, but if you're up there, I mean, like you said earlier, it's a brewery and a distillery
and a restaurant.
So
weird.
Yeah, you could spend the day there.
You could
do a flight.
Do a flight of whiskeys, do a flight of beers, eat some food,
and then go home.
Repeat.
Yeah. So if you're up in the Portland, Maine area, poke in Liquid Riot and give it a shot. But we'll have one more, like I mentioned, one more to review. So
get the bourbon.
We'll get to the bourbon here shortly.
Very good.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our review. I guess the one question I would put out to everybody out there is if another 100% oat.
Interesting.
Because this is the only one I think I've come across. If you've got one that you like, dislike, something that we should maybe try to stack it up against it and see. AB. I wonder how bad it is or good it is if it's only 3 years instead of 7.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be interesting.
But yeah, let us know. Love to try to track that down.
Absolutely. And hey, if you could leave a little like down the bottom, that would help us a lot. That helps the algorithm, gets our episodes shared a little bit more across the YouTubes, and we're constantly trying to grow. So, and I have no idea. I'll link something up here that has some kind of weird mash bill. That's all I got. I don't know. I have no idea what to even think to put as a link compared to this.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
See you next episode.
Cheers.